You're just sitting there feeling perfectly fine. Nothing seems off. But a heart attack doesn't always come with symptoms. Occasionally, it just waits until you've forgotten about yourself for too long. A doctor shook me awake with a harsh truth. And that moment sparked the beginning of my transformation. In the United States, someone dies from heart disease every 33 seconds. In 2023 alone, heart disease claimed over 680,000 lives. Most of them were over 60 years old. I almost became one of those statistics. Luckily, a brief conversation with a doctor entirely changed my life. What he shared wasn't medication. It wasn't heart surgery. It was just 5 simple habits. I started off skeptical, but just a few weeks in, I felt something undeniable. My heart was healing. Here are the top 5 things I did. Tip number 1. Take a 10-minute walk after every meal. This seemingly insignificant habit yields significant results. When the doctor told me I should walk after meals, I laughed. I had walked before, of course, but he quietly added, "Not to exercise, to prevent a heart attack." I didn't understand it at the time. Later, after reading more, I realized I had almost missed a chance to save my life. After every meal especially, those rich in starch, sugar, or fat, your blood sugar rises quickly. This is a normal physiological response. But suppose you stay seated right after eating. In that case, that sugar stays in your bloodstream longer, putting more pressure on your artery walls, damaging the endothelium, triggering silent inflammation, and gradually forming plaque. That very plaque narrows the arteries and can rupture, suddenly causing a blockage that directly leads to a heart attack. On the other hand, if you get up and take a light walk for about 10 minutes, your body starts using the blood sugar to fuel your muscles and circulatory system. Your heart rate rises slightly. Blood circulation improves slightly, blood flows better, and your blood sugar levels become more stable. A study published in Diabetologia in 2022 showed that walking after meals reduces blood sugar more effectively than walking once in the morning or afternoon. In other words, the timing of your walk is the key factor. Walking after meals also supports digestion, relieves bloating, soothes the stomach, and helps you feel lighter, both physically and mentally. At my age, that feeling is as precious as gold. You don't need speed. You don't need to count steps. You don't need to push yourself. All you need are your legs and one decision to step outside after every meal. I started with a few laps around the living room. I ventured into the backyard. Next, I strolled towards the neighbor's house, extending greetings to everyone I encountered. Every step I took was a stronger beat from my heart. You don't have to wait until you're sick to start healing. Starting today, after every meal, just stand up, walk slowly, and give your heart a little relief. Tip number 2. Take omega-3 daily to keep your heart strong and your arteries clear. Omega-3 is a group of healthy fats known as polyunsaturated fatty acids. The 2 most important types, EPA and DHA, are commonly found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These are essential nutrients that the human body cannot produce on its own, yet they are especially vital for heart health. Why do older adults need omega-3? Because over time our blood vessels become stiffer and lose elasticity. Silent chronic inflammation takes place inside the arteries, increasing the risk of plaque buildup and blood clots. When the vessels narrow, blood flow to the heart decreases and the risk of a heart attack rises. Omega-3 helps reduce inflammation, soften the artery walls, regulate heart rhythm, and lower triglyceride levels in the blood. All crucial factors in protecting the heart. To get enough omega-3, try eating fish at least 2 to 3 times a week, especially fatty varieties. If that's not possible, consider taking a high-quality fish oil supplement. Choose products certified by trusted organizations like USP or NSF, and make sure the EPA and DHA content is clearly listed on the label. A commonly recommended daily dose for healthy adults is around 1,000 milligrams unless otherwise directed by a doctor. The American Heart Association, AHA, recommends omega-3, whether from food or supplements, as a way to reduce the risk of death from heart disease. A 2021 study, published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, found that consistent use of omega-3 could lower the risk of stroke by up to 25% in older adults with high cardiovascular risk. Mayo Clinic also highlights the role of omega-3 in managing cholesterol blood pressure and preventing atherosclerosis. Every morning I take one fish oil capsule as a non-negotiable part of my self-care routine. No fuss, no complexity, just consistency. Just like how the heart quietly beats to keep me alive, I've learned to protect it through the smallest daily habits. Tip number 3. Get enough sleep every night to truly protect your heart. Sleep isn't just a time to rest, it's when your heart gets a chance to recover. While you sleep, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and your body shifts into a state of balance and repair. That's why getting quality sleep can reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes, especially in older adults. On the other hand, if you sleep less than 6 hours a night, your body enters a prolonged state of stress. Cortisol levels rise, blood pressure becomes unstable, and your heart works harder without proper recovery. This increases the risk of atherosclerosis, hypertension, and most importantly, the symptoms of a heart attack. A study from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, showed that people who sleep less than 6 hours are twice as likely to experience heart attack symptoms compared to those who get enough rest. To improve sleep quality, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Limit bright lights in the evening, especially from phones or TVs. Avoid heavy meals after 8 p.m. and stay away from alcohol and caffeine. Create a calm, warm, and well-ventilated space, and consider playing soft music to help your mind relax. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute and Harvard Medical School, irregular sleep is one of the early warning signs of a heart attack that many people overlook. Symptoms like trouble falling asleep, waking up during the night, or feeling exhausted in the morning don't just affect your quality of life. They can be early signs that your heart is in trouble. I went through weeks of insomnia. Every night I'd lie awake hearing the fast, anxious beats of my heart. It wasn't until I fixed my routine that I started to feel real improvement. Sleep doesn't stop your heart from beating, it helps it beat steady, beat right, and beat strong. If you're looking for a way to prevent a heart attack, start by getting enough sleep tonight. Tip number 4. Avoid plastic containers. Protect your heart with small changes in your kitchen. When the doctor asked me what kind of containers I usually store food in, I was a little confused. I'd always used plastic. It's just convenient to store leftovers and reheat them in the microwave. But he shook his head and said, "If you truly want to prevent heart attack symptoms, start by switching to glass." Plastic, especially the cheap kind, often contains industrial chemicals called phthalates and BPA. When heated, these chemicals can leach into food, enter your body, disrupt your hormones, trigger inflammation, and directly affect your blood vessels. Chronic inflammation is one of the underlying causes of atherosclerosis, which increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes, especially in older adults. I started making small, simple changes. I replaced plastic containers with glass ones that have tight-fitting lids. I stopped reheating food in plastic. I swapped out my plastic water bottle for a glass one. I installed a basic water filter on my faucet to reduce microcontaminants. These changes might seem minor, but they're how I began to prevent a heart attack right from my own kitchen. A study by New York University found that elevated phthalate levels in the blood are linked to higher risks of cardiovascular disease and early death. The Environmental Working Group, EWG, has repeatedly warned that long-term exposure to phthalates, especially through hot food in plastic containers, can damage the cardiovascular system. The problem is that we can't see these chemicals with the naked eye. But their effects build up silently over time. And your heart, already working harder with age, doesn't need another invisible threat. Just like exercising or eating clean. Changing what you use in your kitchen is an act of self-care. If you truly want to avoid the signs and symptoms of a heart attack, start with where you serve your meals. Swap plastic for glass. Choose safety over convenience. Your heart will thank you for it. Tip number 5. Get advanced blood tests regularly to catch what your heart hasn't told you yet. I used to think checking my blood pressure and cholesterol was enough to stay on top of my heart health. But the doctor looked at me and said, "Some people think they're fine until their first heart attack." Then he recommended a few advanced blood tests that could detect early warning signs of a heart attack long before any symptoms show up. Not every risk factor shows up in a basic blood panel. Some hidden dangers like endothelial inflammation, lipid metabolism disorders, or even genetic markers can quietly build up without any noticeable symptoms. That's why cardiologists recommend tracking markers like apolipoprotein B, lipoprotein A, homocysteine, and hsCRP. High-sensitivity C-reactive protein. These indicators can help predict plaque formation, blood clots, and future heart attack symptoms before they strike. Getting tested is simple. Just visit a cardiology clinic and ask for an advanced cardiac blood panel. Doctors usually tailor the tests based on your age, medical history, and current condition. Some may even be covered by insurance if you're considered at risk. What matters most is making it a regular habit at least once a year, especially if you're over 60. A study from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute found that people who regularly checked their lipoprotein A and hCRP levels were able to cut their risk of heart attack symptoms in men by up to 30% over the next 10 years. The journal Circulation also confirmed that early detection and control of apolipoprotein B can prevent plaque buildup before it begins. I still remember the moment I saw my first test results. My hCRP was higher than normal. I felt fine, but the doctor said it was an early red flag. I took action. I adjusted my lifestyle, added omega-3, improved my sleep, and ate healthier. Now regular blood testing is a routine part of how I care for my heart. If you truly want to prevent a heart attack, don't wait for symptoms to show up. Let science help you hear what your heart is trying to say, even while it's still beating strong. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this journey. Well, keep creating meaningful health videos to help every older adult live healthier, happier, and more empowered each day. Your heart deserves nothing less than your full attention and care.